Michigan University in the 70s. I got an MA in ceramic arts with Suzanne Stevenson and John LaRue, and it was a wonderful time in my life. I went on to teach in Southeast Michigan for 38 years in elementary and middle school. So that's my ticket to heaven right there. I love throwing on the wheel, and I love clay, and I love welding. My art doesn't involve politics. I'm not interested in making a statement that way. I really don't make a statement. I just love making. That's my main emphasis. I'm just happy when something comes out that I like, and I'm thinking, well, where did that come from? When I finish a piece that I really like and I'm satisfied with, I'm just really pleased. When I went to art school, I was never satisfied. I always felt like, oh, I could have done better. I could have done something else. And at this point in my life, I'm thinking, I'm just darn glad that I made something that I'm happy with. So I'll keep it. I became an artist because I always have been an artist. I can't remember that I ever couldn't do art. And I was always putting my fingers and hands in stuff and making things and keeping busy that way. So it just is who I am. Public art is important because it helps involve more people, and even if they're not aware of what's out there or what's available to see, they can bump into it by being outdoors, outside.
Welcome to the Working Hands Art Exhibit.
Hey everyone, this is Jessica from Sculpted Roots. I am a custom fabricator, welder, and metal sculptor. Thanks for coming to the show, and I just want to go into a little bit of my background and experience of how I got into welding. So for me, it actually started off with jewelry making. In high school, I was taking jewelry classes, and I just fell in love with soldering non-precious metals like copper and brass and nickel. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do out of high school, so I found a position at a local jewelry store where they were looking for a cashier, and I knew on site that they had bench jewelers, and I was hoping to work my way into that position. So after a couple of years, I was able to apprentice under several different bench jewelers, and I became a bench jeweler for several years. And during that period, I created Sculpted Roots. I created a small studio in my basement where I was just making jewelry out of like silver and gold. And I was going to art fairs and doing stuff like that. And it was really fun. I was really enjoying it. I was just attending my local community college, just a few classes like prereqs, and I found out that they had a metal sculpting program. And although it wasn't jewelry, it was much bigger, and I was dealing with much more equipment. I thought it would be really fun, so I took that class. And after that first class, I just fell in love with making large-scale metal sculptures. It really challenged my creativity, and a lot of my stuff still has representation of the details that jewelry does. So after taking that first class, I continued to take more classes in metal sculpting, and I was just really enjoying it. I loved progressing my art, and I wanted to become a better welder and fabricator, so I decided to get into the welding. And that's what really opened my eyes up into welding and fabricating as a career, and not just as a metal artist. So I graduated with an associate's in welding and fabricating. I have certificates in metal sculpting. And after I graduated, I decided I wanted to get a job in welding, and I wanted to help myself create a studio, like a fabricating and welding studio at my home. So I thought the best way to do that was get more experience in the field, and allow myself to sustain that for me. So I've been in the field for the past 3 years as a custom fabricator and welder in Detroit. It has been wonderful. I am challenged pretty much weekly or daily, and I use heavy equipment from CNC plasma machines to CNC brake presses to lasers. So a lot of the stuff that I build is like large scale hanging signage for grocery stores, Home Depot, Little Caesars Arena, a lot of universities. I'll do shelving units for them. We do a lot of their display cases as well. So I love TIG welding, MIG welding, and stick welding. My preferred process is aluminum TIG welding. So that's one of my favorite, and I just enjoy the constant challenge that it is, whether it's the prep work or it's the finishing of material program. Working in the trades as a woman is extremely empowering. I found a new level of confidence, independence, and skill in myself because I work with my hands every single day. I'm not afraid to just dive into things knowing that I may fail the first time, but I have the tenacity and the willingness to challenge myself consistently and move past those failures until I do succeed. So working in the trades has given me that outlook and look at things, whether it's just in my art or in my daily job. It has actually moved into my daily life now as well. My art has a combination of delicacy, detail, colorfulness, and it is very decorative, but at the moment I'm actually transitioning into a more decorative, functional art for myself because I make functional pieces every day at work, and there is detail to that. There is strength, there is bonding, there is a lot that goes into the structural aspects of those pieces as well. And so I'm at a point that I am developing my skills and my art as well within that skill that I've learned these past 3 years being a custom fabricator. So I'm kind of, my art is aiming to maybe defy this idea that there can't be strength and delicacy or strength and colorfulness and boldness. So with the quality of work that I'm doing consistently at work and within my art, it really aims to just bring it all together and give you an emotional and spiritual connection and experience with every piece that you look at. I am all about women empowerment and women working in all trades. So for me, working hands is having no limitation of how dirty you're getting, how tired you get. It's pushing yourself past that limit of your emotional and your physical limits for the outcome that you're looking for, that you know is authentic to yourself, because you created it with your own hands. So Working Hands, it comes from my family as well, a blue collar family of my own, but it's really just continually to push those stereotypes and those limits that not only women but men can have as well, and pushing it for a better outcome, whether it's personal, whether it's for somebody, or it's for the society as a whole.
Kelly O'Neill. I'm a multimedia sculptor. My goal with my art is really just to bring joy and beauty and a smile to someone's face. Sometimes my work will have a sense of humor. Other times it's inspired by nature, but mostly it's inspired by the shapes within shapes. I love the use of negative space in a piece to add depth and to create an interesting sculpture from 360 degrees. And just by moving the sculpture, it changes the way it's perceived. I actually started doing art fairs because that's what my dad did with his pottery, so it was easy entry for me. He had a relationship with some of the local promoters, and they were very willing to accept me as a new artist. And so art fairs are truly my favorite activity, mainly because I get to personally meet the people who are purchasing my art. I get to see the response to my art, and then I also get to see the art in its new environment and habitat when my husband delivers the art. So to me, it's a much more personal experience when I participate in art fairs. Although I love doing gallery shows like here at the Lansing Art Gallery, as well as shows in the Detroit market. The Working Hands exhibit was inspired by myself, Angela, and Jessica getting together and just talking about our art and how we all got into art, what we really enjoy about art. I think what we enjoy most is the ability to have a vision and then work on that vision and actually create something, have something completed and finished. That is a great feeling, made from your hands, from your personal sweat and your personal effort. And there's something very gratifying about that, knowing that you are making something or creating something physical that other people can enjoy.